Okay, I want to talk about slug tuning. You guys, those of you who've been on my page or have followed me on the forums, know that I have custom built out my own EQ. So I want to talk about slug tuning the regular barrel. Okay, so one thing initially that I think that everybody should check, right? These are the transfer port holes around the actual barrel. You know, it's not really great to see them. Okay, if you notice, when you look through, they're one size all the way through. That's because when I was doing my barrel swap, I pulled this out and I was measuring them so that I could do it on my Lothar Walther barrel. What I found is that on some of these guns, those through holes were not drilled all the way through. So a .1110 pin would start, but it wouldn't go all the way through. And it wouldn't even go down to like a .106 pin. I'm a machinist, so I actually do have gauge pins that I have access to. So before I did my barrel swap, I just went through and I just honestly hand drilled these out using a bit to 108.108, and I instantly got about a 15 to 20 FPS boost on slugs. So I'm not sure if every single barrel has come out of the factory like that. When I was looking at it, it didn't look like they were being contoured on purpose. It looked like maybe a quality control issue. So an instant 15 to 20 FPS boost, it's worth it. So take these out if you get a chance, right? Look at them. If they don't go all the way through, if you can tell, if you feel comfortable doing it, I would recommend just drilling them out, okay? Making them consistent. Now, regardless of whether you do that or not, I know that I'm on the forums. I know that a lot of people have struggled to find good slug ammunition that works, which is kind of weird because it's an unchoked barrel. It's got a 1:16 twist rate. It's got a huge plenum, big air supply. Should be shooting slugs like nobody's business, okay? First things first, the barrels are made by AEA, okay? So like pretty much all other AEA 30 calibers, it doesn't shoot 30 caliber ammunition. It shoots 303. If you slug your barrel, I slugged mine, I came out around 3025. As far as 303 ammunition, I know that that's not quite as available through the main retailers as 30 caliber ammunition are. I would recommend shooting the NSA 303s, specifically the 47.2 grain. The 61.5 grain, I did get them to shoot pretty well out of my gun before I did the barrel swap, but even with the Lothar barrel, it doesn't seem to love it for some reason. I'm not sure why. If you're looking for a heavier slug, I recommend two options. One, these are I have these in 306 because my Lothar barrel has a slightly bigger diameter, but these knurled slugs, I'm gonna pull one out so you can see. These knurled slugs, you can have them knurled. These are from Varmintknockers, okay? I highly recommend reaching out to Varmintknockers. He has 55 grain and 62 grain of these slugs, hollow points, dish base and flat base. They both shoot well out of the gun. I would recommend with the 62 grain. I found with the old barrel, it slightly preferred the flat base. Don't know why that is, because in my experience, cut base or dish base usually works better, but on that one it did like that. The NSA 47.2 grains work really well. The other option I would recommend is from Bars, okay? Rich makes some excellent slugs. He has a few more options in 303 or really just in 30 caliber, I think. His 55 grain works really good. 61.3 grain flat base work amazing out of this. I got a rabbit at 200 yards back in the fall with those slugs. Both of these are private slug makers, and I know a lot of people aren't always keen on doing that. I promise you that these guys, both him and Varmintknockers, long term make better quality than anything you're gonna get in the stores, and they're cheaper long term. It's just, if you're only buying 100 at a time, it might be more expensive because of shipping, right? But there are ways to get past that. I highly recommend them. Get them knurled. Any kind of knurled slug in the EQ works really well because of the barrel sizes. Even if you get them knurled to 304, because of the way knurling works, when they go into the barrel, they will seal down, they'll kind of crush down and form a better seal. So that's my advice on slug tuning with that. I wouldn't really recommend going past, I know that ABS makes some 303 slugs, like 70 grains, whatever, and I'm sure they're excellent. Barrel harmonics are the other issue. If you're trying to go heavy for caliber slugs, you need to get the Heartland Air shroud and tensioner. The stock tensioner system shroud, it screws in, it's really nice, but it does not actually put a lot of tension on the barrel. I have tested this since, I have someone else testing it right now. I have a buddy in South Carolina that I sent a shroud out to, and he reported immediately cleaning up the groups with his slugs. So if any of you have a 3D printer and want to 3D print some harmonic tuners to put in the stock shroud, I would also recommend that as well. I promise you, go and test this. If you want to shoot heavy for caliber slugs, you got to figure out a way of tensioning that barrel better. But up to about 63, 64, 65 grains, get them knurled, get them in 303, no work, I promise. Thank you.